let me at the very end, I have 5 minutes left and I'm going to ask for short answers from all of you. What are you, all of you are news persons, what are you as news persons most looking forward to in 2026? Tavleen, you start again first. What is it that you're most looking forward to, apart from clean air, which I'm looking forward to? This morning I went for a walk and the air was positively foul. But what are you most looking forward to?
I'm most looking forward to, because it's a passion with me, an improvement in the education system. Because until you invest in the government schools getting better and healthcare, I really hope that he realizes that this was the biggest mistake of the Congress decades, and he hasn't rectified it.
So, well, that's a long-term project. Whether that can happen overnight, we don't know. But certainly, at least there should be serious education and healthcare reform. Swapan Dasgupta, what are you looking forward to apart from the battle for West Bengal?
Well, particularly, I'm looking forward to restoring West Bengal into the map of India, which it has fallen off for a very, very long time. So apart from the victory of the BJP in West Bengal, I'm really looking forward to a time when the government...
Looking forward or hoping? Hoping for the BJP's victory in Bengal?
Well, I'm certainly anticipating a BJP victory. You may be anticipating something completely different, but, that's your right. And, I can't question that. But the issue is really the Modi has established a formidable presence. But I think what is really concerning a lot of people, and they've been expressing it in different ways. Ashutosh said about the political foreign minister, a political thing. What they're saying is, let's have a formidable range of people who are running the show. Not merely bureaucrats, not merely technocrats, but actually popular leaders on the ground. And secondly, how is that experiment of putting in completely unknown, relatively unknown people as chief ministers of various places, how is that going to work in the longer term?
You want that changed? You want that changed? You'd like to see a few more...
I'm not saying if you want it changed. I'm saying that's a very audacious experiment. It's a very audacious experiment.
So you want to see how it works out, how it plays out.
I'm going to be very interested in seeing how it works out. If it succeeds, I think we can have a transformation of the entire the rules of the political game as we know it.
Okay. Sanjaya Baru, what are you most looking forward to in 2026?
I'm looking forward to Prime Minister Modi operationalizing a promise that he made in his Independence Day speech of August 2024, where he said that the government is going to set up a mission for ease of living in India. Now, we have not heard anything about that mission till last week, when the Prime Minister again made a statement that he was going to focus on the ease of living. I'm waiting for that focus. Make it easier to live in India. And that ranges across the board from small things like the KYC headache that all of us have every now and then, to, pollution, which everybody has been talking about, to better roads. I mean, there are a range of issues, small things, not the big things.
Many of which also have to be done, as we've reiterated, by state governments. Many of them which also have to be done by state governments. India lives in the states, and that comes to the point that Swapan Dasgupta just made. Some of the chief ministers are simply not up to it.
No. First of all, you are talking about the challenge for the government in Delhi. It is to motivate chief ministers. Recently the Prime Minister chaired a meeting of chief secretaries. I have not seen him chairing meetings of chief ministers. Manmohan Singh used to have an annual conference of chief ministers. I have not seen this Prime Minister in the last 11 years having these annual conferences of chief ministers. A better relationship between Delhi and the state capitals, strengthening of the federal system, so that you motivate state governments to doing what you want them to do.
Good
I think
points.
the relationship, Swapan has talked about all these novices or chief ministers in BJP states, but we have good chief ministers in non-BJP states. But the center has to work with them in order to make your life and my life easier to live.
Okay, ease of living. Chengappa, a quick answer. What are you most looking forward to?
Well, I mentioned this earlier that we need to move from Reform Express to a bullet train. And I think the seeds of that have to be sown, as Sanjay mentioned that we should now move towards cleaning up the bureaucracy. Really, all this regulatory stuff that is happening, the corruption that you see, the ease of living that we're talking about, the ease of business. I think it's time we learned precisely what we did with the IT sector. It grew because there was no government interference. We got to get the government out of business. You got to
But
get
we've
them out
been
of
hearing that,
regulations.
with due regard, I've been hearing that for decades now. I've been hearing that for decades.
Say, Rajdeep, the positive thing that he set up 5 commissions right now. In fact, we should dispense away with commissions, in my point of view. Just tell the ministries across 50% immediate in the next 6 months, cut off all the bureaucracy, because that's where corruption starts. Every single license, every single check, every single thing, uniform the whole process. Very rightly
I
said,
have just 30.
federalism. It has to be on
I
the
just
states
have 30
as well.
seconds. I'm sorry to cut you, Raj. I have 30, but we've taken your point. Ashutosh, 30 seconds. Tell me what you're looking forward to, quite apart from India winning the T20 World Cup next month.
See, Rajdeep, 2 things. First of all, I want this farce of infiltrators to be exposed in this year, because Modi government's performance on this issue is abysmal. Manmohan Singh has deported more than 90,000 in 10 years, and Mr. Modi's government could deport only less than 10,000. It's a big farce. It's the only slogan, nothing else. Second, I believe education AQI can take a back seat. If there is a social harmony in the country, I don't want to see these goons going to the Christian celebration and vandalizing, and going to every birthday parties and finding the Muslims and slapping them. This has to stop. And last thing, today we have reached the position where Yati Narasimhan says that we need a society squad. Where are we heading? I think Swapan should understand this.
No, I think you should understand one thing, that the amount of people who've been deported actually, informally, run into a few lakhs. Please go to and see it.
Swapan, give me data.
Please do not judge it only from a safe confines
Swapan,
of
give me
Delhi.
data.
No, ministry data, but the fact, but I think Swapan, you would also agree, vandalizing Christmas celebrations in a mall, targeting, but I hope that in 2026 we see less of what I'm just showing you on the screen. I hope that we are not.
I celebrate Christmas with gusto every year, and I will continue to do so, regardless of the veiled sort of threats.
No, you made.
You know,
you may do it, but we hope.
Cannot judge. You cannot judge a country by some loonies.
You cannot judge a country by the loonies, Ashutosh.
Rajdeep, Yati Narasimhan and few others holding a press conference and saying we need to create a society squads. We need to become ISIS. This is what the government has given to us as a society. Do we want ISIS in India?
Okay. I take your point, Tavleen. I know you've written about this. I'm sure you also agree that that is one of the challenges that we will have looking ahead, social harmony.
Well, we must remember that the ban on Christmas, cancelling Christmas, came from the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, which is a subsidiary of the RSS. So let's not pretend that it didn't have, that it was not fringe element. This was the real stuff.
Okay. And the last thing we want to see is more images of the kind that we've seen in the last few days in different parts of the country. We want to see a healthy, happy, harmonious India, which actually seizes the opportunity that it may well have in the next few years. Will we be good enough to do it, or will it be a case of never missing an opportunity to miss an opportunity?